Hi, I'm Sufemi Akaninasa. Today I'm going to explain to you about the historical development of statistics. During the ancient time, statistics was used to provide information pertaining taxes, soldiers, agricultural crops, and even athletic endeavors. In 16th century, it was developed into inferential sciences, which is largely dependent on the theory of probability. During the past 400 years, it was continued to develop as a result of diligent research made by people in various fields. Statistics also developed as a science partly due to man's propensity for gambling that lead to early development of probability theory. During those times, the gamblers asked the assistance of mathematicians to give them optimum techniques on how to win the game. Pascal, Fermat, Leibniz, James Bernoulli granted the request of the gamblers. Deb Morvey in 1733 discovered the equation of normal distribution, which many of the theories of inferential statistics have been based. This distribution was referred to as Gaussian distribution for study of errors f repeated the measurement of the same quantity. And during those time, the work of Laplace gained popularity, for it was about to the application of statistics astronomy. The statistician Adolphe Quetelet discovered an application in the statistics in the field of psychology and education. On the other hand, you will appreciate Sir Francis Galton for being the greatest contributor of the statistics in the field of social sciences. His most notable contribution was the application of the heredity and eugenic and his discoveries of percentage, and also Carl Person, who worked with him to discover or develop theory of regression and correlation, responsible for evolving the present theories of sampling. Finally, it is worthwhile to know at the beginning of the 20th century, M5 Gazette developed methods for decision making derived from the smallest sample of data. He did his disguised name because of the Brewery Company prohibited, since the results might provoke until his competitors. This idea was continued by Sir Ronald Fisher, who developed statistics for experimental strategy or design. So next, I'm going to explain the different uses of statistics. There are 6 different uses of statistics. Namely, it aids decision making. Secondly, it summarizes data for public use. Thirdly, it can give a precise description of data. Fourthly, it can predict a behavior of an individual. Number 5, it can give a test hypothesis. And lastly, it is essential tool for education, government, office of justice, programs, business, economics, and other field of courses. In decision making, it provides comparison, explains actions that have taken place, justified a claim or assertion, or predict the future plans, or estimate the unknown quantities. So with that, we should decide, or we should have a decision making in order for us to see or to see what are the outcomes in the future, or what are the outcomes ahead of our study, just like having a planning. So before conducting a research or before conducting a study, you should have first a plan in order for you to see your outcome in the future. Secondly, it summarizes the data for public use. So, in gathering data or in collection data, for example, you've interviewed your client, or you interviewed your respondents about your research. So, you collect the data in them, and after collecting the data with them, so you should summarize it in order you can use it for public, or you can estimate, or you can gather a data regardless your client. So thirdly, it can predict, or it can precise description of data. For example, you already summarized the data you gathered from your research or from your client. So for example, the data about their client. So with that, you summarize it already, so you can precise the description about the data or about the study, about your study. What is the mean, or what is the large, or what is the large of it, or any other thing about the study. So you can precise the data about it, and you can, what we call it, another is, you can generalize, or what research you have done. Fourthly, you can predict a behavior of an individual. For example, you conducting research about the behavior of the students. So for example, you came to the school, so you will know that in the school there are different students, or there are different individuals there. So there will be a different behavior of the students. So you will discover it by conducting a research, or by giving questionnaire to the students, so you can predict of what behavior they are, or what behavior of the individual is. So you can predict, or you can generalize, or how many behaviors are the same, or how many behaviors are different. So number 5 is, it can give a test hypothesis. So by conducting a research, you should have a test hypothesis of your variables of your data, if there is a correlation of it or not. Kasi in conducting a research, or in conducting a study, there should be a correlation of your study with your client, or with your respondents. Okay, lastly, it is essential tool of education, government, office of justice, or other field of courses. So this is very important in conducting study, to have this kind of field of courses, because it can help us as a researcher to have a good research, or it can help, or they can help us, or what best research we can study, or we can conduct, in order for us to have a good result of it, and in order for us to have a successful study. So I hope you understand my explanation, my discussion about the different uses of statistics, and I hope you learn something from it, and I hope you will like it. So that's all for today, and thank you for listening, and God bless us all.